What's going on, guys? Sneaky J-Man here, back with a Lord's Mobile video. As you can see here, we have a rally coming in. Things got a little bit more interesting after the live stream ended. We did get paired up against some rather large kingdoms in this video. MZR is definitely no joke. They have some really thick leads, but we have the first rally coming in here. It wasn't full, so I decided to try to take it. As you can see, we just barely lost that. We did have about 400k more troops, but we lost by about 50,000 troops. So a very close loss there. But as you can see, I didn't get his real gear, but he is a very thick an account. So it was one of those things. We dropped Fury after that because they have some very thick leads. But we decided to go ahead and move on to the next kingdom. And this is where some of the most fun I've had in KvK in recent memory happened. As you can see, we're setting a rally on the base here. We've gone over and scattered it. Everyone's dropped Fury and slowly getting in. So we're going to be setting a 659 and sending it in on this guy. The rally's about to walk here. I am just looking at his gear, seeing what it is, because in these upper kingdoms, you can't really tell too much off of castle stars and artifacts. I mean, it gives it somewhat away, but you never really know. So finally, there's his real gear. As you can see, it's not anything special. They're spam scouting me, trying to get my troop comp, but it's not anything special. I'm actually in fake gear as well, and the last second I switched on my real gear because I did not think this guy would take from me if I poured it in on my real gear. So there we go, knocked him out of the base. A very convincing win. Let's go look at the report here, and as you can see, we had a fairly convincing win of almost 500k troops. There wasn't much that he could have done. I full countered him on that one, so that was a rather nice win. So their big boy, or one of them at least, comes over and sets on the base. So I'm going to be asking the guild here pretty soon for refills. As you can see, he has fairly good gear, at least better than the last guy. So I'm asking the guild to refresh their reinforcements in the base so that we can take this. And then something right here very interesting happens. In about 2 seconds, it is going to pop up on the screen, and it definitely caught me off guard initially, but it wasn't too bad. So as you can see right there, the enemy army is invading my troops, and I was like, wait, what? That was kind of a shocker. And then next thing you know, a rally is set on me, and it should be coming through any second here. Boom. He wasn't too happy that I had knocked him out of the base previously, and he thought that he had the goods to take me on head on. So let's see what happens with this one. It's going to be rather interesting. Looking at the time between the two rallies, I do see that there is a good gap in between the two rallies, unless they get a timer. That's the only time that I'm in trouble. So you can see the first rally had 3 seconds right there, and it's about to walk, but it's not walking because they have not sped in the last guy. So now I'm starting to think, oh great, they've got a timer. They're going to time both of these hits together, and I'm going to have to make a choice. But they started speeding in that timer. Here he comes in right now. I'm doing all my final checks, making sure that I've got everything I need. I was thinking about an attack boost, but decided against it just because I did not want them to get my troop comp. As you can see, they have a 3.8 rally, massive wonder rally coming at us. At this time, we didn't have as many on, so we weren't full, but I was able to hold the rally, and we have 11 seconds to go here before this rally walk. So I go ahead and get ready, check my formation, go ahead and switch into range wedge. Again, thinking about attack boost, decide against it. I'm trying to get my troops in. I pull my troops right as the rally starts walking. It walks in like 2 seconds here, and as soon as it walked, there we go, I start speeding in my troops, and we are going to random out of there. And thank goodness I do not see myself burning. So let's go check the report. And what?
I know what I'm doing.
All right.
Yeah, that did not go well for them. Only giving me 400,000 red. He didn't even pop in a size attack boost. Didn't really have the goods for it. So yeah, it was definitely a rather comical situation for us. So I go ahead and I random back into the base and give them a nice little emoji, just mad that they made me even have to go through all that. It was nice points, but outside of that, it made me have to pull from base, and Mary decides to go in and take over the base. So as you can see, we're looking back over the previous report. He did have a 3.8 rally, and I barely was able to hold that troop comp. He also had the 5th fam slot unlocked, so he was very close. If I had gone in any other formation, he probably would have won. But then their next lead, Mr. Paladin, comes over and sets on the rally. I'm asking Mary if she is good with taking this, and she is. So he's coming in now, and unfortunately, he does get the win. It is a 0.55, which is a counter to her 4.24 that she had in there, but it was a very close rally. I'm letting her know here that there's really not much that she could have done in this scenario. When an 0.55 is coming at you, the only chance that you have is range foul, and if you somehow have either higher stats or a massive amount of range to combat an 0.55, that's the only way a 4.24 style comp. Really, you need more like a 7.67 to combat an 0.55. So she did really well. This was really her first major WoW action, so really proud of her. She's grown a lot in the last few months, but we're going to continue to move on. As you can see, Panda is going to be marching here shortly on another one of their forts. I like to show not only our wins, because we do win a lot, and we are very fortunate here in RXS to have a very good and strong guild, but also our losses, because those do come, and there's nothing wrong with losing as long as you do it in the right way. So unfortunately, we were not able to push them out there. They did have a little more troops than us, and they got the counter, plus the account was a fairly good account. So it was just one of those things. So I'm decide to go in now on the base again. And this was the other thing that I wanted to show. So this guy decided that he wanted to hit us, but they would not take a hit. After I knocked them out of the base, and then they lost to me on the main rally, they would not hit us no matter what we did. So you see, I'm going to walk in right now. I'm walking into the base with a 4.42. They still have the 0.55 in there. So I did the 4.24 or 4.42, excuse me, just to knock out all that range. But as you can see, they pulled, and he decided to go ahead and set a rally on me. So here we go. Let's speed it up. It's got 3 seconds until it walks. As you can see here, they are coming with like a 5.05, 2.08 style comp, and that is the counter for the 4.42. So he rather smacked me on that, but as you can see, all they would do was send a rally. They would not take one. I went ahead and set right after this. I set another 6.59, and they just were not having it. And unfortunately, at this point, it was starting to get a little later in the day, so we were starting to get unable to fill. So yeah, this was my turn to do it, but we decided to go ahead and try to walk on them anyways. They hadn't been taking anything, but once again, surprise, surprise, they pulled. So this is a lot of what we faced here in KvK. We're either going up against massive guilds, or we are just people are trying to snipe us out, and there's not really a lot of head-on collisions. He's decided to go ahead and set on me again. As you can see, we only have 2.4 in the base. I have a 6.59 in there, and at this point, you pretty much know an 0.55 is coming, and I was not able to get the reinforcements that I needed in, so I went ahead and pulled. He is going to be walking in now, and I just wanted to go ahead and just show this and show him. So he's walking into the base now. As soon as he gets in the base, I'm going to scout just to confirm my suspicion that an 0.55 was coming. So unfortunately, MZR, I think, moved in right after this to the kingdom. So we hightailed it out of there just because we were not able to compete with them. And then here's another one of our unfortunate takes. Panda had gone offline for a brief, and it was a massive hit on him. But we still had a lot of fun this KvK. Panda built right back up, came right back, and actually capped a few more of their rallies. I think he ended up getting a walk back or burning again to the max lead that they had in their guild. But here's me. I'm just soloing out a few targets. There were a few of these smaller targets around. We had a few small rallies that were 500 to 1 million troops. Nothing really to write home about. But at the end KvK, we decided to go for home kingdom, so we set on all the forts. We didn't have much competition. I did have a little bit in the base. The strongest rally lead for KUV was in the base, so I did set there, but we didn't have much competition elsewhere. Thankfully, MZR had already taken over 2 kingdoms, and no one else really seemed to be either online or wanting to risk the fact that MZR was floating around and risk that burn. So as you can see, we're hitting all the forts and we are taking them. And my rally is about to walk here shortly. I got to put on an army attack boost, and my guild is carpeting in, and I barely get the gear swap off before we hit. But I was able to knock their rally lead out rather convincingly. As you can see, the rest of the forts are starting to hit, and I'm getting bounced all around because I'm in those rallies. But the rest of the forts are locking, so let's go look at the battle report here shortly. Yeah, it was a pretty convincing win, 350k to 1.8 million. He was down a good many troops to my rally, but I also was able to full counter him. So it wasn't very much luck for them. And right here, as you can see at the end, everything is locking up. All the troops are coming home. We were able to lock up everything in the kingdom. It was a really fun KvK. We were able to still secure 3rd overall as a guild, and Panda was able to secure 3rd in the solo rankings because of all the rallies he took. So amazing job, RXS. We did it. This was a hard KvK. And just a reminder, we are recruiting. All the info you need is on our Diplo board. We're looking for T4, T5 fillers, as well as rally leads. We just came out with our rally lead requirements this week. So we are looking for rally leads so we can fill out our ranks. And also our sister guild, SG, is also recruiting. So if you would like to be part of the family and don't quite make the requirements that we need for the main guild, our SG is our smaller guild that we are growing, and we are going to hopefully get to where it needs to be soon. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.